All right, guys, so we are almost there. We almost have a full CRUD application built with just pure JavaScript. Now we need to do the update. We have the create, we have the read, we have the delete. So now we need update. So let's add in a new event listener. We'll go right under the delete and say listen for edit. Actually, it's going to be listen for edit state, because when we click this, it doesn't actually do the update or edit. It's going to change the state, where it's going to add whatever post we click into the form, also change the button, and also add a cancel button. So it's going to do quite a bit. So let's say document.query selector. And again, we have to use event delegation. So we're going to use the post ID and say add event listener. Click. And then we're going to call enable edit. So that'll be the function we call. So let's go down here. Let's see. So yeah, we'll put this right here. We'll say enable edit state. So function enable edit. We're going to pass in our event parameter here, and we're doing event delegation, so we have to do an if. Actually, let's make sure, let's see what this actually gives us, the event target. I also want to prevent the default. Let's see, that's not going to work. So if I click right here, we get the pencil icon. So again, we're going to have to go up to the parent element, which is the link. So let's put our if back. And let's say if e.target.parent element dot class list dot contains, and now we're looking for the update class. Is it update? No, I think it's edit. If we look in UI.js, let's see, yeah, right here, edit. So if so, then what do we want to do? We want to get all the post info, and we can get that through the target. So if we say e dot, actually, you know what we'll do is let's console.log e dot target. We want to get the ID first of all, so we should be able to do parent element dot data set, since it's a data ID, and let's make sure that we can get that. All right, so we get 1, and I'm just going to add a couple more posts here just to test it out. Oops, I just added an empty post. I shouldn't be able to do that. We'll take care of that after. So let's also add post 3. All right, so now if I click the edit on 1, we get 1, that's 2, that's 3. So we're able to get the ID. So let's actually put this inside of a variable. So we'll say const ID equals that. Now we also want to be able to get the title and the body. So we're going to have to do a little bit of DOM traversal. So let's say parent element, and then, I mean, that will give us the link, right? So we want to get the title. So we're going to have to go up 2 siblings. So we'll say dot previous element sibling. That should actually give us the body. So let's try that. If I click edit, okay, so we get, this is post 1. We get the whole thing though. We get the element. We just want the text content. So if I say dot text content and then click edit, it gives us just that. So that's the body. So we'll grab this whole thing and put this inside of a variable called body. Paste that in. Now for the title, we're going to have to go up another sibling. So let's just do another previous sibling. Dot. And now if I click this, we get post 1, which is the title. So we'll grab this whole thing, go up here, paste that in. Actually, let's put the title above the body. I'm going to just close that up too. All right, so now we have the ID, the title, and the body. Now what we want to do is let's get rid of this console log. We don't need that anymore. And we're going to create a data variable, and we're going to put all that stuff into it. So ID, title, body. And then we want to fill the form with the current post. So let's say UI.fillForm, and we'll pass in the data. All right, so now we just need to create, whoops, what happened? I don't know why that happened. So now we need to create the fillForm method in the UI library, or in the UI module. So let's go over to UI.js, and let's go to the bottom. Make sure you're still in the class. So you want to go make sure you're above this last curly brace, and let's say fill form to edit. Let's put some other comments in here too. Be show posts, show all posts. All right, so for this function here, it's going to be called fill form, and it takes in a data object, and we want to set the inputs. So this dot title input, which we have set as a property, we're going to set to data.title. We're going to set this dot body input to body.title. I'm sorry, data.body. And then we want to set the ID. Now remember, there's a hidden ID field, so we're setting this dot ID input. I'm sorry, these should all be dot values because they're form fields. So ID input dot value will be set to data.id. So if we were to save this and click this edit, you'll see it gets filled, post 1. If I click this one, it gets filled with post 2. And it should also have the ID field right here. Hidden ID now has a value of 2. So that's exactly what we want to happen. Now we're going to want some other things to happen too. We're going to want to change the state. Okay, by default it's at the add state. We want to change it to edit, and we want it to edit a couple things here. The button should change. We also want a cancel button in case you want to cancel the edit state. So that's what we're going to do in the next video.